This is another example, in my opinion, of a stock that just got... All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do my Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner daily update. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And of course, everybody, please smash the like button and feel free to drop a comment below. Also, check out the pinned comment. There is a link to our free Discord. So we welcome you to join us over there in our conversation. Okay, let's take a look at the miner big board. So if we take a look, you'll see this is very green. There was only one thing red all day and one thing just turned red just 1 minute ago. We've been having a little downward pressure for the last few hours. We'll get to the chart next and take a look and see what's going on. But this has been a green day all day long. Now, there's still almost 2 hours left in the trading day, so hopefully we don't have a reversal here at the end of the day, because thus far, this has been a good day. So everything's a little bit off of their highs on the day, but still, Bitfarms, Cleanspark, they're up over 4%. Hut 8 is up over 7%. And then there's a few big winners today. DigiHost is up 16.5%. Gree is up 14.5%. And Core Scientific is up 12%. And that was up much more earlier. It was almost at $10. So the only thing really having a rough day is stock ticker MIGI, and we talked about that on yesterday's daily update and warned that there was probably going to be a little pullback today based on the fact that the two previous days were up a total of 58%. So this is just a natural little pullback, nothing I would be nervous about. So CIFR just turned red right now, so we're going to talk about that one later in the video. Okay, so let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. This is on the 30-minute time frame, so each one of these candles is 30 minutes. So this red candle right here was the market open. So you can see for about 4.5 hours leading up to the market open, Bitcoin was on the rise from about 38.2 at or around the open. It got over $39,000. And then right in the first 30 minutes, it went way down. So the beginning of this day was red. It quickly turned green, and it's been green for the rest of the day. This line right here was the close 2 Fridays ago. And that is a line we were hoping to hold. And we basically did hold that all night long. This looks like it's setting up as a nice line of support. Tested it again this morning in the 10 o'clock hour. And it looks like right now, in the candle we're in right now, which is the 2 o'clock to 2:30 Eastern Standard Time candle. So we're about an hour and a half away from the close. So in this candle right now, it looks like we just went down and touched this line again. So we've been up and down all day. This line has held as support. So we kind of gapped up to this line yesterday in the middle of the day. And since we got there, it's basically been holding ever since. You'll see a few half-hour candles got just a little bit below, but this line has held strong. So, and it's holding at the moment. We're retesting it again. So what I'm hopeful is there's about an hour and a half left in the trading day. It would be nice if we could get another. We've had 2 nice green run-ups followed by 2 red pullbacks. So let's see if we can get another green run-up. And what we're running into is, and I'm going to add a line. So I've added this green line right here. This is at $39,000. So you can see we did break above this in 2 half-hour candles here today. We tested this overnight in the middle of the night last night, but we seem to be running into some resistance at or around $39,000. So if I zoom out a little bit to the 4-hour chart, we broke below this line back on January 21st. We basically retested it on January 26th. We didn't quite get there on January 29th, and now we've been testing it all day today. So again, we'll have to wait and see how the day ends up. I'd like to see this line hold and head up. It would be nice if we could break through this 39,000 barrier, because we have a significant line of resistance / support at about 39,600. That's the one I'm really hoping to break through and hold as a new line of support. So I'm zoomed out now to the 1-day time frame. So this is Bitcoin. Each one of these candles represents 1 day. So you can see over the last 10 days here, we've really had a very nice upward trend. It doesn't feel like it hasn't been a monumental move to the upside, but we did test 33 in the middle of this, and now we're testing 39. So that's $6,000, and it's been slowly but surely over about a 10-day period. So there's some other signals that I'm looking at that seem to be indicating in the short term, I feel like we're going to keep heading up. However, having said that, I just want to reiterate, if I zoom out from our high on November 10th, we have been down in pretty much a straight line. This is the longest winning streak we've had in a while. We had another nice streak right here back in the middle of December, but for the most part, the pressure has been absolutely downward. So hopefully we're seeing a reversal here, but it's too soon to call. You can see all 10 of these candles put together don't even make up for this one candle on January 21st. So I would say that's the first thing we need to do is get above this daily candle on January 21st. And it looks like we're only about halfway there. So let's take a look at a few of the miners in specific. All right, the first one I want to take a look at is CIFR, stock ticker CIFR. So this is CIFR mining. CIFR mining has a massive amount of cash and a massive amount of machines purchase ordered. I think on the magnitude of something between like 13 plus exahash with the potential to go all the way up to 19 exahash over the next couple of years. However, you'll see this stock has had massive downward pressure. So from its high on September 17th until right now, is down, it looks like basically exactly 80%. So this was a SPAC. It converted somewhere here in August or September, and from that point, you know, it took a massive dive. It had a little bit of a recovery as Bitcoin recovered and got back to its all-time high. So I think really, although this stock was way up here in the $15 range, when Bitcoin was hitting its all-time high, this stock was closer to this $9.94, so just under $10 when Bitcoin was at its all-time high on November 10th. So obviously Bitcoin is down quite a bit in that same time frame. However, Bitcoin's been enjoying a little bit of a run, and CIFR hasn't necessarily been participating in that run. CIFR is still at $3.05. It did get down to $2.54 at its all-time low. So this stock is trading at around $750 million right now. This is one that I think the market is having an extremely difficult time putting a value on. That's because they have cash and a massive growth plan, but at the moment, they are not mining any Bitcoin at all. So they're new to the Bitcoin mining space. They have big plans, and by the middle to the end of the year, they should be at a significant hash rate. Right now, the market cap's at $750 million. The stock is trading at $3. So if these guys can execute and do even just mostly what they say they do, because we know that there's some global supply chain issues and that kind of stuff, but you know, if they can get to 8 or 10 exahash and they're planning on close to 14, I would expect this stock to go up dramatically. December 3rd was the Bitcoin flash crash. So Bitcoin was trading at somewhere around 57 or 58,000 prior to that day. It crashed and settled somewhere in the $47,000 range. Since then, this stock has been dropping steadily ever since. And that is not uncommon to the Bitcoin miners, and it's not uncommon to the small cap, high growth stocks. However, there's been a reversal for a lot of the other stocks over the last 2 or 3 days. And CIFR, as you can see, it's down 0.33% today on a day where basically it's a very positive update for the vast majority of the Bitcoin miners. So this one is lagging behind, and it may continue to lag behind. But if it could just get back to where it was prior to the flash crash, that would be a 144% increase in the price of this stock. And I think that is extremely realistic one-year target. If they get up to 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 exahash, they could go well beyond this number. So again, this isn't financial advice. We're going to have to wait and see how the year plays out. We're going to have to wait and see how Bitcoin does on the year. We're going to have to wait and see how CIFR does on executing their own plan. But I do think this would be one to have on everybody's watch list. Okay, I want to take a look at Riot. Riot is up 2.38% right now as we speak. And again, the trading day is not over yet, so these are not final numbers. So we'll have to see where everything settles out. But at the moment, Riot is now up about 2.5%. This dates back to September 29th. So that was our September lows. For those of you who watch the channel, you know September 29th is the day I always go back to. That was basically the end of the September bear run in Bitcoin. So all the Bitcoin miners pretty much bottomed out on or around that day. At that point, I have it noted here, Bitcoin was trading at about 41.5 thousand. So it was a couple thousand points higher than it is right now, but not materially different. However, whereas Bitcoin's only down 5 or 6% from where it was on its September lows, Riot is down almost 35%. Now, Riot has had strong operational reports. There really hasn't been any bad news out of Riot. This is another example, in my opinion, of a stock that just got way oversold. All the Bitcoin miners really took a big hit from, the middle of November through the end of January. It was a very difficult time for all the miners. Some did worse than others. So Riot, from where it's trading today, just to get back to its September line of support, which was a very strong line of support and held for many months, that would be a 54% increase in the price of Riot's stock. So I think that's a pretty realistic shorter term goal, and by short term I mean somewhere end of the first quarter, middle of the second quarter of 2022. So again, I have to say this is not financial advice, so please do your own due diligence and don't just rely on my charts. This is how I'm looking at it. I am bullish on Bitcoin, as you all know, so although I do think we're going to have a lot of volatility up and down, I think we're going to find ourselves to continue to move in the right direction overall. You guys need to do your own risk assessment and due diligence and make your own buying decisions. But I do hold Riot, and I think there's a lot of upside in Riot. So I'm just going to end this out by looking at the 30-minute chart again, so you can see we're right back pretty much exactly on this line of support. So I don't know what the last hour and a half of the day will hold. Hopefully we hold this line of support. We held it all day long. In fact, we tested 39,000 several times, so I am hopeful that by the time we do tomorrow's update, we're talking about whether or not we passed 39,000, not whether or not we held this 38,300 line. So obviously, if we don't hold this line, we've got a couple of lines down here that we could certainly retest. These are points that Bitcoin was at just as recently as yesterday. So it certainly would not be a shock at all to retest some of these lower points before we head back up. However, momentum is almost starting to seem like it's in our favor, so I'm hoping we hold this line and head back up. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching.